used to rest in the morning. I had me up by the morning. I had me some breakfast by the morning. I had a six by the morning. I got on a meat, no pneumonia. The rats keep me up on these poles. I had a in my shoulder. You got a picture. You got a picture me. Pacific ice, I'm an ocean. Ready for war like I'm Russia. Ladies should never the luggage. My diamonds, they tussling. My neck and my belly. They call it for me and they. You want me like you, and I look. Yeah. Her Rex on her. Yeah. B-Rex better calm down. Yeah. If you go around, come around. Yeah. Whole squad. Yeah. Squad goes on me. Yeah. Make some orange gel on my toes. Yeah. Farrakhan glass for the trolls. Yeah. You can go and get mad. Jumping in the bed with two dot teeth, man. Who's you? My shawty pulling up with a real bad. You too. Dripping my swag. Streets on my back, carry it like I'm moving them. I told him the 100.
All right, Coach. EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the steel capital of the world, Pittsburgh, PA, at Heinz Field. They love the black and gold here in the Steel City, and a few moments ago, their Steelers emerged from the Heinz Field tunnel. They're set, we're set, as the Steelers are ready to do battle with the Los Angeles Rams. Here we go from Heinz Field as Chris Boswell tees it up and boots it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. Here's the first carry now for Todd Gurley. And not a whole lot doing there as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Here we go, fellas. Here we go.
He didn't even try to signal for a timeout, so they must have not been aware of the numbers.
I think he lost track of the time left in the play clock and probably was trying to read the defense and trying to figure out which play to run and just lost track, and it cost him.
Following the penalty, it's Gurley. And now running right through it. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. It's a gain of maybe 3, but it's going to leave him with still about 8 or 9 to go on 3rd down. Now it's gone. It's complete. This is Todd Gurley. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. It'll be a gain of 4. And that'll bring up 4th down.
There's an example of good situational football being played by a defense. They understood where the 3rd down play was, the down and distance, and made sure they didn't get anywhere near that, bringing up 4th down.
Yeah, they were sniffing out that marker, didn't want to let him get close to there, and now a likely 3 and out to start.
Yeah, I love the way they rallied to the football and got to him and made sure they didn't give up much run after
I'm broadcasting, Brody.
Big Ben and the Steelers with a 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Yeah, I think hey, blowing your shit, bro. That shit kind of slick fix my shit. For real, for real.
Now the first carry for Le'Veon Bell. And he'll take this one only up to about the 21. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Again, it's Bell. And a short gain
start
there.
going left and right on this defense.
24. Give him 3 yards, and now they're left needing a conversion here on 3rd and 6. A fake to Bell. Now it's Roethlisberger. And that is incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time
that's how you feel.
Like he needed to make
if you believe in the S, you be believing the stress.
You got to try and find something There's nothing available there for
Y'all
him.
niggas don't know nothing about that shit, man. Y'all niggas too young.
As he gets this one away.
Niggas always say that shit.
Fielded just inside the 20. Good blocking there.
Yeah.
Nearly sprung him as it
Nah,
is.
but I'm just saying, you know how niggas say that shit even when they young?
And
They
the
still
Rams
say
going
it,
offense
like, just to
here
be funny.
With a 1st and 10. The Rams offense now making their way out to take over. The last couple of drives have
I got
ended
that
in
album.
punts. Maybe the crowd minds that, but you're a defensive guy. You're okay with a couple of punt drives.
Listen, I'm the guy that loves a 0-0 pitch game. All right, in baseball, I can handle that going into the 7th inning. I think the crowd, though, they want to see a little bit more excitement. Let's see if someone can break something free on offense and get going.
Offense at a premium the last 2 drives.
That nigga cut had me just like how you had me, but I spread it on his ass, bruh. It was 7-6 the whole game, bruh. 4th quarter.
To throw on 2nd down is gone. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. You never want to give up a sack. From the O-line's perspective, they hate it for several reasons, especially because they felt like they let little.
Into every job wanting to keep that guy clean. They want that uniform with no grass stains, no dirt, nothing on it. But it's really, really difficult. We're talking about some terrific athletes who are trying to put him on the ground.
They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Just the 1st quarter, but tackling going to be so important going forward. They've got to limit plays like that.
And that's something when you see it happen early in the game and they don't get him on the ground, you can always tell that they were concerned about it going in. Because I can just tell you from my days, I remember being in college and worrying all off-season about our season open opponent, and they had a receiver that could shake and bake with the best of them. I tackled him on the first pass of the game, and the relief was incredible. Ended up having a pretty decent ball game. But if I'd missed him, it would have been a different story all night.
On 1st and goal, Gurley. And he takes it across for a Rams touchdown.
7-zip, bro.
Todd Gurley taking it in. And the Rams are going to take a 1st quarter lead.
Todd Gurley getting right on his
Now
ass.
Greg Zuerlein on for the extra
I ain't
point.
passed the ball yet like that. Oh, I missed this shit.
Extra point was hooking, but he does make it through. And it's now a 7-0 game. Zuerlein out now to kick this one away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he's going to be taken down on what will be the final play of this 1st quarter. Back here with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. We've had the kickoff to begin the 1st quarter. Now it's time for the 2nd quarter kickoff. And they've got it here.
I'll be back, KZ. Hold on.
Big Ben and the Steelers with a
I ain't going nowhere, but I'm off the mic.
just shy of the 30. They'll start the drive with a carry by Bell. And he works his way forward for a couple up past the 30.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the 2nd half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the 1st half, maybe not so much in the 2nd half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
On 2nd down, it's Bell. And an alley to run. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. That burst good for 20 and a 1st down.
But he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's 2nd down.
They brought the blitz that time, and I thought they were going to get to him, but instead, he flipped it on its ear and ended up picking up positive yardage.
I thought he was dead to rights, but you are exactly correct, sir. Able to turn that into a positive gain. It's a loss of 4. Now 3rd down.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little.
Trying for Brown, and It's intercepted. John Johnson with the INT. And he'll return it to the 24-yard line.
Brandon, this is a veteran quarterback back there. He should know better than to make a throw like this. This is definitely not his best ball. And I think he knew this was trouble the second it was leaving his hand.
What you doing right now?
They'll start out on the ground with Gurley. And he'll take it forward for about 5 up to the 28-yard line.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
He didn't seem in a rush. I guess they just didn't know where the play clock was.
I think you're right about that because there was no hurried movements there, right? No up-tempo at all. Clock just ran out. I think he was as surprised as maybe his bench was.
So the delay of game penalty moves it back 5. That makes it 2nd and 10. They go play action with Gurley. Now gone. And he's going to be taken down. Goff is sacked. T.J. Watt in there to bury him for a loss of 11. So Goff, he'll try to refocus after the sack. The Rams now set up with a tough one, a 3rd and long. 2 minutes remain here in the first half. Back to Heinz Field after this. On 3rd down, they'll run it with Gurley. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave them with a 4th down.
He did have the touchdown run earlier, but not a heck of a lot more than that throughout this game.
No, not at all. In fact, I would say that this defense has done as good of a job on him as they have on any runner in recent memory. 31 yards on the punt there. And the Steeler offense, they're set up nicely as they take over. The Steelers offense now, they head back onto the field. And this is a unit that, to be frank, doesn't look like they've woken up yet. I mean, a punt and a turnover on their first 2 drives.
And I think the game's starting to take shape a little bit now. And I'm going to take it into the basketball world. When you're having trouble scoring or moving the ball in basketball, what do? Get it to their best player, right? Find a matchup, create it, exploit it, and try and move the football.
7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll take this one down to the 36. Only a yard on the pickup, so from a good situation on 2nd and 2, it's now 3rd and 1.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat. And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect. So on 4th down, the Steelers call on the number of Chris Boswell for the field goal try. From the left hash, this from 53 yards out. And now before they run this play on 4th and 1, we're going to get a break and a timeout, as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. So on 4th down, the Steelers call on the number of Chris Boswell for the field goal try. From the left hash, this from 53 yards out.
I think I finished the story, but it continued to play. And
that was not going to get there. Not enough juice and ambitious effort, but it's well short. And this score will stay right where it is.
I think I'm on the
and this is one of the risks you run when you attempt a long field goal. If you miss, the defense takes over the spot of the placement. So now they've got a chance to get one more drive in before halftime.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10. They'll try and start the drive at Gurley. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down. On second down, here's gone. And it's still pressure too much here. He's going down. Well, it was second long, now it's third and even longer. They're going in the wrong direction here.
Because they're moving exactly the way they want to, but you're exactly right. Definitely going in the wrong direction for the offensive guys.
Third and long, it's gone. Buying time to his left. And the pressure gets to him again. Bud Dupree, he's the one to get him this time. And back-to-back sacks are going to bring up a fourth down.
Man, you can't get past the first two dudes, bro. That's what I'm talking about. You can't get past the first two dudes on her. I tried on her. You can't get past the first
Here's
two
Johnny
dudes.
Hacker now. As
If
the
you
drive
do, you
goes
damn near
backwards,
did.
so he's on to punt it away.
I did the same thing at Stado.
Well, he's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down, 2 still remain.
So he comes out of nowhere. He's got this handlebar mustache, greasy hair, and he says, would you rather eat a jar of mayonnaise or 3 sticks of butter? And I'm like, well, all right, never mind. Third quarter action now.
On the return is Juju Smith-Schuster. And he probably should have stayed in the end zone as he'll muster a return up to only the 14-yard line.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these teams, special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive, almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. They'll run it now out of the gun. A 3-yard pickup on 2nd and 4. Now they'll need to convert here on 3rd and a little more than a yard.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
And now prior to this 3rd and 1, we're going to get a timeout here. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. They'll try and run for it with Bell. And they're able to get this one across the 35. That one good for 14 yards and a Steeler first.
I know every time we watch Le'Veon Bell play, we think about him making people miss the hesitation move. But you remember, he came out of Michigan State as a bruiser and a thumper, and he still has those capabilities.
At 225 pounds, an underrated part of his game.
Let's go.
And that'll set him back 5. The delay of game backs him up 5, 1st and 15. Out of the gun, it's Roethlisberger. Flushed out right. And he will go down outside of the pocket for a sack. Tried to get away, but could not. Ndamukong Suh able to collapse the pocket and drop him for a loss of a yard. They go play action now. Roethlisberger. And it's knocked away and incomplete. Aqib Talib, the veteran Pro Bowler, there to get a hand in, knock it away. With that matchup, the adjustment that was made, you have a blazing guy on a blazing guy, and defensively, he won that battle.
The closing speed is the key. When you have a guy that fast and he can close at the end of a play and knock it away, that's a big deal, and we just saw him do it right.
Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Le'Veon Bell, 69 yards. And the Steelers are an extra point away from tying this thing up. Extra point put through by Boswell. And we are tied at 7. So we're right back where we started. All even as the kick's away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. Now the attention turns back to the Rams offense as they get ready for their first possession of the second half. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency. Move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks. Gurley again here, first down. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
Stephon Tuitt came out of Notre Dame as another one of those really tall defensive ends, and you just wonder, would they be able to have the leverage to bend and make plays? I think he just gave us an answer with that tackle.
Now it's Gurley. And not much room to operate as he'll get this up only to about the 41. Give the tackle there to Morgan Burnett. Now gone.
Oftentimes we praise an offense for their variety of being able to hit people with the run in the pass. But in this game, how about what we're seeing from the safeties? They are all over the field. Doesn't matter if they threw it or if they're trying to run it.
I don't think we've ever awarded an MVU, most valuable unit, but you're right. It might go to them in this game.
I like that. MVU. Well done.
But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, and that could have been trouble.
I know there's no magnet in the ball, but sometimes for the punt returner, after such a scramble, it sort of feels that way, doesn't it? He has it, he loses it, somehow the ball finds its way back to him.
Atone for his sin, and you know he's taking a deep sigh of relief right now. To throw here, Roethlisberger. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion. Kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. It's a loss of 2, now third down. And the Steelers on third down, 2 for 5 to this point. This is third down and 12. From the shotgun, it's Roethlisberger. And this is caught, but I don't think he stayed in bounds. No, he didn't. It's incomplete. The throw took him past the boundary, and it's fourth. A third down, he tried to stay in bounds, did all he could. He caught it, but was led a little bit too far.
Yeah, that's always difficult, isn't it? Because you know half of your body is trying to stay behind while the other half is reaching out, trying to catch the football. The top half worked. It was the bottom half that was in question.
So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Rams are going to start this drive in great field position as they take over. Time to establish the run game here. Gurley. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and that'll make it second and a foot or so.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
The offense on third down tonight, just 1 for 5 to this point. They're looking at third and a few inches. Here's Goff. They got a man. It's Woods. And he's able to pick up the first before he's taken down at the 27. Goff to Woods as the Rams move the chains. On first down, it's Gurley. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. It's a 10-yard pickup, and it moves the chains.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the fourth quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down fourth quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. Now on second down, this is Gurley. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. A 5-yard gain, and now they're set up 1st and goal.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays.
And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Rams. Todd Gurley, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Rams are in for 6. He's given him a little jolt, just gave him the lead there, but 2 TDs now in the game.
And that jolt puts them in the lead. What a terrific job by him. He is carrying the ball and simply saying, I want to win.
And now he's hoping his defense has that mentality as they try to hang on to that lead. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
And he takes it all the way down to the 32. A big play there on the catch and run. 43 yards. Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now Roethlisberger eluding the pressure right. This is Bell on the dump off. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. It's a 9-yard pickup on the play, and that'll make it 2nd and short. From the gun, it's Roethlisberger. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd.
Well, we're not playing 3 yards in a cloud of dust football anymore. I kind of get why those old school coaches sometimes didn't want to throw the football. Because if it's popped up in the air, it almost turns into slow motion. And both sides trying to get to the football, and you're holding your breath wondering whether it's going to go good or bad for your team.
On 3rd down, here's Bell. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th.
Brandon, we're into the second half, and this offense has not scored a lot of points, and that was another example of why. I think it's time to open things up and start really trying to move the ball.
And no, it's incomplete. Mike Tomlin takes a shot here, but to no avail. And the Rams are going to take possession of the turnover on downs. And the Rams getting set to go now. Right now clinging to a 1-score lead, Charles, and I think operating within that 4-minute offense with a little less than 4 minutes to go applies here, right?
It certainly does, and that means the playbook is still wide open. But you are a little bit more careful about what you're calling. You want plays that are going to gain yardage, how would you say it, consistently, right? You don't need the big shots downfield, but make sure the clock continues to run. Pile up the first down, and the goal in the game with your quarterback kneeling down at the end, and you still have the lead.
They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be 3rd down. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. Now it's gone. Wide open receiver complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Goff hitting Woods for a Rams first.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
Oh, and now he bowls him over. So a nice job to break the 1 tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. Artie Burns, the cornerback, brings him down. Again they run with Gurley. And he'll get this one across midfield and down into Steeler territory. And the Steelers signal for another timeout as they'll stop it with 27 seconds showing on the clock. The Rams on 3rd down, 3 for 7 so far in this game. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. Goff going to keep it himself. And he has the first down yardage before they bring him down right at the 45. It's a gain of 3 there, and that should be just about all she wrote. Here comes a 20th carry for Gurley. And he'll be taken down here, and that is how this one is going to come to an end. A road win in the National Football League. Charles, you never take that for granted no matter who you're playing, no matter where you're playing.
You take...
I sound it.
Okay, I'm back to school. This is open campus. This is
Well, I just finished shit, man. I'm happy. That time we were shit, I got this.
Asked her if she had a twin. I feel like Joey Tanner. Big spender, Chris Jenner. I promote the family. Kardashian, see the Benzo. She like, oh, it's happening. Think she called me, cause she never knew her daddy. And my all black, Rhythm Nation, Janet. Boy, don't make me Jackson. Bodily, was underground. Frontin' like a ride with the mob. Why shouldn't I charge me, myself, and I? Play the odds. A yes man is just a bobblehead doll. Holler them all. Strutting like Pac out the court. Hop out the Porsche. Shake that. Got that on menu, the a la carte. Boy, I had to make my point about this wave. Watch for the sharks bounce. I gave it up and talking Cuban links. Tell her ain't no link in my Cuban link. Only like my age. We was getting platinum.
Shooting in.
I won. Bro. You hear me, KG? Yeah, I stopped that nigga on 4th and 2. Nigga had Pittsburgh. I went and got who I had. I had St. Louis. But that nigga Todd Gurley had like 250 yards, bro. But Le'Veon had about that much on me too, though. But Antonio Brown ain't get shit.
We're about 40 miles south of Candlestick Point as we welcome you inside Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara. A few short moments ago, these two teams made their way out of the Levi's Stadium tunnels, and the noise level in this place was deafening. They're set for football as the 49ers get ready to do battle with the Miami Dolphins. The punter Pinion now to kick this one away.
This one will work.
That'll be taken in the end zone.
And
he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line.
I know they were hitting you, too. Don't have to kill some of them, motherfuckers.
Let's go.
Here's the first carry for Kenyon Drake. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. That one good for 10 yards. And that'll bring up a second and just about a few inches here.
Come over here, man. Nobody hit me over here.
Right back to Drake. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. A gain of 4 that time as the drive continues.
Second and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on 3rd down and pick up the 1st down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the 1st down. That's exactly what they did.
Hey, 20. Wait.
On 1st down, it's Tannehill. Got a man open. That's Devontae Parker complete. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Devontae Parker, 62 yards. And the Dolphins are going to take a first-quarter lead. Well, that's how they envisioned it, get the football to start the game and score it.
And I don't know if that was scripted. Was it an audible? Or was it just a play call that they had in their pocket? No matter what, they had the right call on against the right defense, and they end up in the end zone.
Sanders now to kick this one away. On the return, here comes Victor Bolden. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Random Saffron.
Here's Garoppolo on 1st and 10. Flush to his right. Got his target, Pierre Garçon. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. They give him 17 yards that time as that'll move the chains. Now a play fake here on 1st down. A dump down to McKinnon. Room to run past midfield. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs.
Nice little nifty play for him there. That's the ability to read a defense and utilize players that don't often get picked up in coverage easily. And I'm talking about being able to use